Are you enjoying your money or simply managing it? Here's what enjoying actually looks like: peace of mind, a clear view of what's working, and the joy of watching your financial garden grow. Yes, I like to think about this the way that I think about a garden. Some things are blooming, some need a little pruning, and some just need a little more water, especially this time of the year. Money works the same way. It needs attention, but it shouldn't just be a chore. It's about creating something that supports your life and gives you a little joy along the way. So today I want to share 3 simple things you can do this summer that can make a real difference in your financial garden. One for retirement, one for taxes, and one for your loved ones. The first tip is to take a fresh look at your retirement savings. Think of retirement contributions like watering the part of the garden you want to keep growing for a long time. I don't know about you, but in Texas, it's pretty hot. So even a small increase can matter. A little bit of water matters here. It doesn't necessarily need to be dramatic. You just want to make sure the roots are getting what they need. So practically, how do you do this? Well, if you have an employer-sponsored account, like a 401k or 403b, ask yourself, am I contributing enough to get the full employer match if there is one? Could I increase my contribution by 1% or 2%? Is my money still invested in a way that fits my goals and my timeline? If you're not sure, ask. Connect with your HR department. Talk to a financial advisor. Do some research online. And if you don't have an employer-sponsored account, what do you have? An IRA, a Roth, other investments? When's the last time you took a look at them? Whatever you have now, take a moment to notice what is already working. Maybe you've been contributing consistently. Maybe you have stayed disciplined in a year that hasn't exactly gone to plan. Progress matters, even if it seems small. The second smart summer move is to check on your taxes before the year gets too far along. I know, no one enjoys thinking about taxes, but think of it this way. Your financial life changes through the seasons, and your tax picture can change right along with it. So, if you've had a raise, changed jobs, started freelance work, bought a house, sold an investment, or had any other life changes this year, it's worth taking a look now instead of waiting until next spring. Here are a few things you can review. Your paycheck withholding. Whether you are on track to owe a much or get a large refund. Neither one is great. Whether you need to set aside money for side income, like freelance work, or estimated taxes, like if you owed a lot last year. And then whether you have any records you should be gathering now so you don't have to scramble for them later. This would be things like charitable donations or business receipts. Summer is a great time to do a little pruning here and there to make sure everything is still growing in the right direction tax-wise. A few minutes now can save you a whole lot of stress later. The third thing I want you to do this summer is to make sure your important paperwork is up to date. This means your estate planning. This is the part that helps protect the garden that you have been tending. It is one of those things that may not feel urgent, but it's deeply important. It helps make sure the people you trust would know where to find things and what to do if they ever needed to step in because you can't. At a minimum, take a look at your will and estate planning documents, your beneficiary designations on retirement accounts and life insurance, and do you have powers of attorney and healthcare directives? This is not about being morbid, guys. It's about tending the roots. It is a way of making sure the structure around your financial life is in place so the people you love are not guessing later. And one more bonus tip that I would encourage you to think about is to look at whether your money still reflects what matters most to you. If someone looked only at your spending, what would they say matters most to you? That question can be eye-opening. Sometimes our bank statements tell a slightly different story than our intentions. That's not a reason for guilt. It's simply useful information. Think of this step as walking through your garden and noticing where the path is clear and where weeds have started to creep in. The goal is alignment. Can you reach out and trim some weeds? Even a handful makes a difference and helps to ensure that your garden stays the way you intend it to be. So, in closing, if you remember nothing else, remember this: summer is a great time to take a calm look at your finances and make sure your money still matches your life. This season, I encourage you to look at 4 things. Check on your retirement contributions. Take an early peek at your tax picture. Make sure your important paperwork is up to date and easy to find. And take a look at whether your spending still reflects your true priorities. Small adjustments made during the summer often feel much more manageable than trying to fix everything at once later. And really, that's what good financial planning is all about. Not adding pressure, but helping things grow in a steady and healthy way. Now, a caveat: a mid-year check-in is not about hunting for mistakes. It's about seeing where you are, noticing what's working, and making thoughtful choices about what comes next, so your garden keeps blooming beautifully all throughout the year. I'll leave you with the same question I started with. Are you enjoying your money or just managing it? The answer doesn't rely upon how much, it relies upon how caring you are with your financial garden. Thanks for being here, and I hope this gives you a little more confidence and a little more breathing room as you head into the rest of the year.